What is going on, everybody? It's Bro Marley coming to with another video, here to give my review for the brand new Scream movie. Now, I want to make this clear. I have not seen Scream 1 through 4, and this is actually my first Scream movie that I'm reviewing. I saw Scream 5 and I absolutely loved it. And I gotta say, I absolutely love this one more than the last one. Now I'm just gonna talk about a few things that I didn't like about the movie, because although I acknowledge these things, it didn't really take me away from the overall movie. I have heard and acknowledged what Scream is. And so in this Scream movie, I've noticed that there was some like, why are you doing that? Where are you going? Why aren't you doing this? Moments like that where, yeah, it was noticeable. And like, this is a spoiler review, but yeah, there are just some moments where it's like, just the logic in these characters, but I still enjoyed it, and so I'm like, now let it slide. Another thing that I kind of didn't like is that they kind of promoted it that it's a brand new environment, so they're going all out in New York. And it's my understanding that it's actually the first Scream movie too that goes away from that town that they're in. Although I love the atmosphere of New York, especially because I've been there, but I feel like it really wasn't utilized until its fullest. Like, kind of most stuff happened in between like homes or around homes, but I feel like those houses could have gone as like, let's just say, other big city houses like Chicago, something like that, where I didn't really feel a whole lot of New York in there. Yeah, sure, there was a scene in Central Park, but that was like at a corner of Central Park, you didn't really see it. And yeah, like I just wish we could have seen more. Maybe we could have seen like maybe a tourist area. And I'm sure that probably would have been hard to, because it is a touristy area, but maybe, film at night or something like that, or, on a good day where there's not a whole lot of tourists. And even then, obviously, you can still make a movie with tourists around. I would have loved to see is them in Times Square. Like, I think that would be truly amazing and beautiful, and they could choreograph something truly epic in Times Square. The only true New York that I felt was in the subway, but I will talk about that and the things that I loved. Also, man, how Ghostface would stab these people and then like they would still get up and run or get out of it, like if they weren't affected by it. It didn't take me completely out, but yeah, I just acknowledged like so many kills, or sorry, not kills, but stabs that should have been more effective. Now, I am sure that maybe more people found more things wrong with the movie, but now I'm going to talk about what I really enjoyed about the movie. I truly felt that this was like one of the best Ghostface that I've seen. Ghostface was so brutal. He was so raw. Like, he was always on the attack. Like, he was just fearless, and I really loved it. Every time Ghostface was on screen, I'm like, we're in for something. I kind of felt like I was scared a little bit, but yeah, like Ghostface, I feel like this was the best portrayal of Ghostface in a movie. I do love how it was self-aware. Like, I know they had the whole rules thing about like, who could it be? Don't trust a lover, don't trust new people in the last movie. And I'm sure in the previous, Scream movies. But I thought that was pretty cool. I thought that's really meta. And it had me guessing too, I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, it's right on our faces every time on who it could be. But yeah, I gotta give it to them. I was actually really confused for a minute. But yeah, like I just really enjoyed how meta and how like it takes itself seriously. It doesn't take itself seriously. It's just really self-aware, and I enjoyed that. And whoo, man, those Ghostface kills. Yeah, like I said, he was brutal. His kills were brutal, man. His kills were so gory and just violent, and they were really good. The most memorable one to me, you see it in the trailer. I forgot the character's name, but she's climbing over, the two houses, and she has to get from one end to the other by using a ladder. And so she's literally in the middle, and Ghostface comes out and then starts kind of toying with her. Then he just drops her down to her death, and she just hits her head on a dumpster and splat. And I was like, oh my god, it was so crazy. The movie also definitely had some very intense moments, like the one the best one in my eyes, and was just a beautiful set piece, was when they were in the subway. That whole subway scene, yeah, I was I was terrified. I'm like, where's Ghostface? Is he there? Is he there? Is he there? Because it's Halloween, and so there were people who were dressed up as Ghostface. The group was split into two trains, and so Ghostface was on both of those trains, and you just didn't know where he was. And I thought that was very clever. Like I said, it was so intense. The build up, intensity of it was so awesome. And I give props to the actors too, who pulled it off basically, man. Like their eyes were just like looking all over the place, their faces, their reactions, they're just like scared, don't know what to do. Is it him? Is it him? It was just a thing of beauty for sure. And the reveal. Now, the real killers was actually Richie's family. So we get into the shrine, which the shrine was pretty cool, especially for someone who hasn't seen, the first four movies. Like, I was so able to get what's going on and what each item is, because they actually talk about it and give a description of what that item is. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. Even if there was no explanation, I still really thought it was cool. And wouldn't you know, it is the two new people that joined their friendship, their core four friends, along with the police officer that we came across in this movie. And I thought it was a really great reveal. I thought the reasons were very legitimate. The reason was because to the police officer, that they found out about Sam killing him, and so his kids spread rumors online that Sam killed Richie, and they knew Richie was really into all the stab movies, and so that shrine was for him. And their psycho sense, it made sense that they wanted to avenge him. And so yeah, it happened to be a boy who was friends with Chad, and one of the new girls that lived with Tara and Sam. Sam puts on the Ghostface suit, which was her dad's Ghostface suit, and also his blade. And she really messed with the cop and playing the game by calling him, and yeah, she kills him in that suit. And I thought it was very poetic. There was a shot too where at the end where she had the mask and then she just drops it, but I don't know, it could be a sign of like, is this who I have to become? Or like, no, she's really leaving that all behind her. Wherever it goes, I felt it was such an amazing story. Like I said, yes, I acknowledge they have these problems with it, but like this movie was still so fun and it was very enjoyable, like I said, and I feel like it is better than the last one. Where this story goes from now, I don't know. Obviously, they're going to keep making Scream movies because Scream could just be any character. Scream is just a legacy. Ghostface will live on forever. And so I'm going to give this movie a 9 out of 10. Like I said, again, I really enjoyed this movie better than the last. I do acknowledge the problems, but it didn't take me out from the overall story and what I was watching. It was pure entertainment. This is cinema. So, Scream 6, did you guys see it? Are y'all planning to? What did you guys think about it? If you did, whatever y'all thought, comment below and let me know. If you haven't already left a like and subscribe, please do so. That means a lot to me. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.